Yeah. Dear YouTubers of all English-speaking countries all over the world, from Australia to the New York Island, welcome to my video. The theme today, on the 6th of December, will be royals and publicity. I am performing this on a letter to Prince Harry and now his wife, Meghan Markle. It is very uncertain, however, there is a small possibility they do read it. In my first letter from July 15, I ask you directly, that's very common in Holland, for some publicity for my book, the beginning, the end, and everything in between. I promised to warn people for the nonsense of the scandal papers, the tabloids. As you can see, I did it on a local shopping center in Zeist. It's the first photo in the photo gallery. However, the first problem arises. The tabloids here are telling only nice things of you both. They call Meghan already a second Princess Diana. But they found another victim. Meghan, your father. Your father, Meghan, is the same kind of man I am. Two blunt TV stations here accuse him for giving not the answer to the press a father from a royal bride should give. Happily, we do have here a decent royal institute on TV called Blauw Bloed. Still, your father has been accused with stories and photographs during a month. They were not all nice. See and read on the second photograph a comparison to your father, for your father and myself. The main problem seems that the royal family in England behaves like a dynasty from Hyacinth Bucket, Hyacinth Bouquet. This lady is immensely popular in Holland. I'm a fan of this TV series. So I was very glad I could buy 2 bottles of Royal Doulton. She's talking always about that. I could buy Royal Doulton here in Holland, which is possible since Hudson Bay stores are now all over in Holland. I do regularly go to Hudson Bay, Amersfoort. At the second floor, they have a delicious open-air terrace where you can smoke with a beautiful view on the old city of Amersfoort. You could call Amersfoort the Bruges, the Brugge of Holland. It is really a visit worthwhile. The governmental rules about smoking are super exaggerated here. All diseases do arrive from smoking. It's good to realize that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, before coming here, because our Minister of Health, Blokhuis, will also pursue you. He is very fanatic. Another thing I liked from your father, Meghan, is he is top honest, as I am. Your famous writer Shakespeare was also top honest about women and about himself. On the third photograph of the photo gallery, you can read that. Stop the video for a while and enlarge the scherm and read. Nowadays, 10% of the Dutch women are a kind of Lady Macbeth, and 30% are very bossy, and they keep their husband on a leash here, as my male friends told me. Next year, you go to The Hague for the Invictus Games. It's always good for a royal to understand the language from the country you're visiting. Look at the plate, at the photograph number 5. As a well-known saying in France is, on apprend le long dans le lit. If you read the romantic story of Radio Bhattacharya on page 161 in the English version of the book, and you compare the two books, you nearly can read our newspaper. But you can also read on page 118 the memories of Vaandrig P., one lucky bastard. That's me. But what kind of person is writing to you? I have not a problem to give myself away, as is shown on the other videos. However, they are all in the Dutch language. Generally spoken, I'm a person with a hard message wrapped in a funny way. But inside I'm very serious. To start, I'm a 79 years old man. I was a cell biologist at the University of Amsterdam. Due to of the video named Het werkende leven van Toutnu tells you a lot about my professional life. I am very well informed about cells, microscopically and electron microscopically. The sperm cell, as an example, contains a lot of my so-called mitochondria on the line. These are energy batteries. They are really needed for a marathon of nearly 3,000 kilometers relative to the length to reach the ovum. Isn't it dramatic for these sperm cells, the way they have to travel? However, what are my viewpoints happening about the things happening today? I know Prince Harry, as long as I lived, we are informed very well by the TV program Blauwbloed. However, the boss of this TV program, Jeroen Snel, he was paying very much attention to a big and long lady who was insulting Prince Bernhard in a terrible way. And he did not give much attention to my books. I could say to Jeroen Snel, foei, foei, foei. In the Joan book, I talk about many subjects. 8 pages are about the waterhead of the European Union, EU. It has been a hell for most of our 550 million Europeans. Theoretically fantastic, in the practice a mess. I admire your Theresa May. She's a British housewife fighting with a draken, the EU, from the continent. I wish they should have listened to David Cameron, and there was no Brexit problem at all. The main problem is this silly leader, Juncker. If he is not half drunk, he embraces the Greek Tsipiras, who want not to embrace a Greek in one or the other way. The future is very dark for all 550 million Europeans, and also for your people, Harry and Meghan. If somebody meets a man, generally spoken, they ask, are you married? Do you have children? Well, I'm not married and I don't have children because I am heterosexual handicapped. We have our own games. You could send me 6 Spice Girls and nothing will happen with my body down under. But in man-man sexual context, I am talented. Harry and Meghan, you are getting a child. Everyone of the whole world knows it. Educate them without these psychological rats giving a diagnosis of autistic and I don't know whatsoever. I am educated in the old-fashioned way, and the result you will see here at the moment. A last post to Winston Churchill you find on the photo gallery. On the photo gallery you also find a number of photographs about our national party, Sint Nicolaas. It is more popular in Holland as your Christmas is. Now, at the 6th of December, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and the three of you. In contrast to some other pictures of the photograph you've seen before, I let grow a beard in the same way as you have, Prince Harry. I admire you because you have a good relation with so many different people. This is impossible for me. In that way, you are an example for me. For me, an 80 years old man.